Hello, it's Friday. I wasn't gonna do it. I'm like, cause I end up like I do like every day, so I think there's gonna be like maybe Sunday or one day I might skip. Or anyway, it depends. But I was saying like I guess the shooting of Ferguson. Like it's like whenever like you watch like the news, they're always saying call like 800 cash like here to help the police. They're like, oh, we're not, and they actually like went to people's houses like at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Because I think like now our policing, the way they police now is they just round up people and shake anything out of them. Because I know if you got me at 4 o'clock in the morning, like if I just woke up, it'll take me about an hour really, like, for everything to focus and toes to wake up, just the way it is. So I wouldn't even know what they were talking about. And then the next hour, it'll be like, I know they would be all agitated and frustrated, you know what I'm saying, and all pissed off, like, oh, she crazy, or oh, she's stupid, you know what I'm saying? So like, and then like, I guess the police are now, like, oh, we're human, so we're scared. We know, you're scared, you're always scared. We know. But the thing is, they probably just gonna have some motherfucker they just gonna pick on. It's gonna be some, motherfucker, you know what I mean? Like the thing is, like the TV shows and everything else has it like, oh, 1 out of so many people have mental illness. Okay, like the reason why you have so many soldiers come back that have trauma is everybody gets affected by their environment. How you respond is how you affect it, and every way you can respond has a label, has a name, because that's what scientists was doing like in the 40s. In the 50s, naming everything, giving a name. You know what I'm saying? But just because they gave a name, you know what I'm saying? Like they were like, oh, we have adrenaline. Well, everybody does. And you are probably more likely when you pull somebody over that have their adrenaline up so much where they could have a cardiac arrest or a stroke, or compromise their immune system from stressed out, then it will have an effect on you. Because you know what to expect. Especially Missouri, they got it very simple. Whenever the natural chemical reaction that happens in any human happens to the like goes on the rise, because that's all, because they have like, they're just, you know what I'm saying? But so clinically, their behavior and their actions and the way they look, like when I'm looking at them on the video, they look very psychotic. They look crazy. So, it could be that, like that old saying, when you're the only one that's normal, you're crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, to them and their little group, they all think they're fucking normal. They've been watching CSI, and they think they know something about drugs. There might be something to why that one, the writer for that show went in there. Might be a little bit more. Why he went to prison might be a little bit more, just, you know what I mean? Because, like, placing ads is a very big thing. Propaganda is a very big thing. They want you to you know what I'm saying, feel a certain way. Like, I don't like the show in the first, like minute and a half to 2 minutes. Oh, wow, it got brighter. I was totally got one of those things that just turns you off, But anyway, so, like, now, but it doesn't matter, what the policemen say, because it's nationwide. I was saying where places, small towns, were very, very poor, and then it was just a matter that the court systems and all them was very greedy, and so we do have a problem where we do need to fix our court system. We just need to have them follow our constitutions, you know, and our civil rights, and go by the letter of the law. You know, these prosecutors and these lawyers, they went to, they took the boards to you know what I'm saying? So for them to be swayed by their peers, either the police or neighbors or whatever, and, you know, not following the law, you know, they should be disembarred. Simple fact. I think every single one of the prosecutors that are in Missouri needs to be disbarred, because obviously if the Constitution and civil rights are not being followed, they obviously are not lawyers. There's just somebody sitting around on the taxpayers' dime collecting money, playing games. And, you know, it was real when they killed Mike Brown. You know, police are very funny. Things don't get real. You know what I mean? They're very selfish. They're very narcissistic. So it's okay for them to inflict pain. You know what I mean? Because they don't feel it. So, you know, you know, so they get more and more and more. They get worse as they get older. You know, because like they don't feel the pain. So, you know, they don't empathize. They can't empathize because they're psychotic as double-binding hypocrites with an IQ of 50. And I think we need to fix our school systems, and we need to fix it now. You know, I think that, you know, what's going on with the politics is trickling down to the state level, to where our cities are really looking like we were at war. Because if Missouri was doing all that fucking good, then they wouldn't need all that militarized. You know what I'm saying? If their policing had worked, you know, did it work in the 70s? Did it work in the 80s? You know, you had escalating with their militarization. You got escalating hostility. You know, and if the police are going to be hostile, you know, suck it up. You know, grow some. And stop ditching it out, because, you know, I'm really sick. They're going to be whining now, and they're going to be fucking with somebody, and somebody just might want to be a martyr and bite the fucking bullet, you know. So, it doesn't really fucking matter, you know what I'm saying? You know, they need to stop ripping off the taxpayers, just straighten up, fire every single one of those people, because they're ill. They're very ill. You gotta be ill if you got somebody handcuffed, and then you can beat them up, and then complain about and charge them for their blood. You know, it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. And if we don't start thinking about maybe having school year round, having these teachers get a full pay, 40 hours a week, let them work year round. You know. If we can't give them no other thing, you know, they're not getting, you know, so let the teachers work year-round. The kids need their education year-round. Let them keep their paid holidays for Christmas and New Year's and Thanksgiving and whatnot. You know, let them have their, I guess it's 11 holidays you get. That's cool. Everybody needs a break. But the kids, you know, are suffering. The food that we're feeding them, the kids here, they just, you know, I guess they might be able to maybe play, like one or two of them might be able to, you know, like let's say about 1% of them might be able to play sports and be okay for about 10 to 12 years before they, you know, start deteriorating from the lack of nutrition that they're getting at a young age. You know, I don't know. Maybe they say breastfeeding brings up brain levels and helps with the immune system. Like if you give your plasma, and that's taking away everything that your body that is your immune system. And if they take your plasma and you're not eating right, and you know your IV drug user. You know, the main thing with AIDS and the other sexually transmitted diseases is, you know, it's the ripping or tearing. And these days, especially from what I've seen on the internet, there could be just as much ripping and tearing in the vagina as the anal. With all that, I don't know what the fuck that is, but you know, somebody need to stop watching X-ray. You know what I mean? I'd say that if you want to see a dramatic difference, you know, like I know I'm gonna try again to quit smoking. Like, I'm not gonna make a date. Like, it rained all day, so I haven't been anywhere, so I'm not going anywhere. It's Friday. But, well, okay, but, like, cut out soda pops. Don't drink Kool-Aid. Drink regular water, because why are you drinking that, you know, it's just, because, the, diet soda has been, with the acetone has been, linked to all type of bad, cancerous and bad stuff. But anyway, if you just, like, if you're trying, like, I know, like, for myself, when I had Ganity Pelts, that was the first thing to, the soda pops and all that, you know, type of drinks I cut out. And, you know, I guess I lost 10 pounds, and, like, I lost just, like, 5 pounds of water, so that was 15 pounds. So, you know what I'm saying. But, and then I continued, like, I don't drink soda pop now, you know, so, I mean, but I really, in a sense, I've changed, you know, but just a little bit, so, like, a lot of things, but main thing is I just don't drink soda pop anymore, so, and, processed food, because I can't afford to, I have to cook, you know, so, anyway, it looks like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of us have to understand that we've been programmed and taught to call the police for stuff that we could really handle, like when it comes to your kids that you could really handle, because they were just showing that they called the police, you know, over the kid, and it was in another state. Here they had 2 incidents, and probably the crazy guys probably wanted the police to shoot him, but it is a black police department, and, you know, like, if he didn't want to get shot, they probably would have shot him. I don't understand that, because it does not go with the letter of the law, you know, it doesn't make any sense, and that, you know, and that was sort of what they were saying, like, in the 80s, was it the 90s, the WSU, just before everything popped out. A lot of this is training, it is conditioned, there is such a thing as institutionalized thinking. I do believe that. I do believe there is such a thing as peer pressure, and I do believe that, you know, with the repetitive, like Fox News saying this, I can't even watch it. I guess either you can buy into it or you're repelled from it. Because, you know, but I haven't watched it in about a few years, really. Except for, like, at 3 o'clock, I have watched a show that comes on at 3 o'clock, but it was more hilariously funny to me than, you know. Anyway, I'm going to get off. You know, I think that what we need today is a revolution against racism and against pedophiles. I think that, you know, and to fix our schools. I think we're not going to have a choice as an individual, in a community. Like, I don't like really be calling African American, because, like, in my birth certificate it says Negro. You know, I was like, the school, like, if you got 1% Negro in you, you're Negro. To me, this, like, they try to strip away my whole identity. It's like, now you're not Negro, you're African American, and AA, you know, African American, and you know, the NWCPA, whatever, like with the black, the National Color Coalition or whatever that is, you know, that's like mostly just, that is run by the CIA. So sometimes, lots of times, it's bogus. If they can't do nothing about Ferguson, and they have witness, so I don't know what the police going to harass these people to tell them who shot them. I don't know if that's the type of policing that we want anyway. Because if they were out there just like the crowd was out there, you know what I'm saying, and they're looking towards the crowd, so what the fuck is their problem? They probably have a better view than the motherfuckers that's like the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, they're all on a line there. You know, common sense will tell you, yeah, you might hear everybody came out from, you know, like went buzz by your ear, you heard it out of the left, that is hearing. We could fix our schools. We could save our children. You know, I know that we're going to start back breastfeeding again, God forbid, but it would be the way to help their brains develop properly and help their immune system in a time where we have a lot of problems. You know, in this neighborhood, you know, it's like, you know, it's very, very high with, you know, because like I remember like this guy, he came out of prison for rape, and he was coming on to me. And I guess he told people, you know, like he's supposed to do some work, but I noticed right away he's like undue work. So like anyway, he was a trip, so it took a while really, and I wouldn't been able to get him off the property. You know, it's a matter of just like sort of like, you know, he's crazy. I mean, you know, he's really crazy. You know what I'm saying? Was brought up, whooped by his mom. He just came out of prison. Well, anyway, he stopped by, and you know, no sex I had, but anyway, he stopped by, and you know, like about a couple of years later, you know, because like I think, you know, whoever was like asking him about me or whatever, there's like a few people around here like they'll like, hey, I saw you with so and so. Oh, you fucking him. Like they'll just ask retarded questions like that, and I'm like, well, you know him better than me. What are you doing with him? Somebody see you, well, somebody see you, I say, you know, what to ask me fucking for? They say, but anyway, you know what? I'm tired, but I just sick and tired. You know what I'm saying, of this area. But they do have a bad HIV. But anyway, he looked very poorly, and you know, and I think he had got a job with the city, and they were going to be like the people houses like this, seal him up and help doing it. It was on the news. It totally tore everything apart. Because I was going to have him working here, and that's what he was supposed to do, you know, painting maintenance man. But I, you know, the man was so sick. You know, the best I could do was like, okay, you know what he was supposed to do, but he's like, you know, he's like, I don't know what they did to him in prison, but you know, they ruined him. But like this last time I seen him, he looked a little bit more like filled up, you know, whatever. But you know, he's like, I want to have sex with you raw, and I'm like, no, I don't even, you know, like you. And cause he's dark skinned, it's like, because you don't like the way I look. I was like, you know, your looks have nothing to do with your stupidity that comes out your face. You know, the shit your mouth says. You know what I'm saying? And he's with a cute little girl. You know, he's always got a flanner. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, he usually can find someone that's gonna go for that shit. I guess she's probably 8 years younger than him. You know what I'm saying? But first of all, I'm not breeding anymore, and second of all, you know, you know what I'm saying? They ruined him, so he's, you know, he's useless piece of shit. He needs someone else. You know what I'm saying? That girl don't think she's gonna raise him, and you know, down with her kid. And really, I think that I didn't see a kid with them. They're supposed to be. I don't know what they was telling me what they were doing. Give a fuck. But you know, I hope she's smart enough to keep. I don't know. These women are crazy. They may come right out of prison and here's my children. You may whoop them or do as you may please. Hey, beat her. I see Jerry Springer and Steve Waco. Y'all women really. But anyway, we need to fix our school. We have a serious justice problem that is falling our Constitution, our civil rights, and actually it's making them null and void. You know, if you don't have the right to walk down the street, you don't have the right to speak. You know what I'm saying? They were finding in the FBI report that they were putting people in jail because the person talked back. All this asinine, you know. So either the police intentionally doing a treason act by violating our Constitution and civil rights, or they morons. Either way, I think ignorance there's no excuse under the law. So I think they should be tried for treason. They shouldn't go around killing people. The same way, I guess, they don't want it. Nobody wants it, you know, so. Don't start nothing. So how I like to say to the little kids, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. And it's time for you to grow up. It's time for your balls to drop, police. Stop that shit. Because you're a treason-ass punk bitch. And yeah, boo! You're scared. We know. We've been hearing it now too fucking long.